Uh, did we just witness Bomberman getting arrested for armed robbery? Getting framed in the process? I guess so. Hello everybody, SlimKirby here, and welcome to my next Let's Play. I am playing Bomberman 2 for the NES. Now, I played Bomberman 1 for the NES a long time ago, back when I did the NES Marathon, which, God, that was like, what, a decade ago? Maybe 9 years ago? It was a long time ago, I know that for certain. But yeah, I'm back with this series to continue the legacy that is the man who throws bombs. I know I did Bomberman 64 last year, and I think I even mentioned during that Let's Play that I would try to come back to some of the retro games and kind of finish up some of the ones that I haven't done yet, this being one of them. And I also kind of want to check out some of the Game Boy games as well and play them for you guys. But yeah, this is Bomberman 2. It came out on the NES in 1991, although it strangely didn't release on the in the United States, America, until like 93. Took about 2 years longer. I know that Hudson Soft kind of had like a weird thing going on at one point. I think this was before that happened though, but still, yeah, we didn't get this game for a while, but we did eventually get it, and I think it's pretty good. I think it improves a lot on the original Bomberman, and I kind of like the original Bomberman. It's very simplistic, and you literally play the same level layout for 50 levels, with only minor changes in like the enemies, but I still had some fun with it, and I think 2 definitely improves on a lot of those things. There are some things that are less than ideal, but we'll definitely talk about those as we go through this game. But yeah, here we have the main menu. We have 3 different game modes. We have normal mode, versus mode, and battle mode. Now this is interesting because normal mode is obviously the standard like one-player mode. You play through a bunch of stages until you reach the end. Versus mode is actually a 2-player game, which is one player versus another player. And battle mode is actually a 3-player game, which is basically a 3-person free-for-all. It's weird how both of these are like separated, but yeah, that's how it was here. And yeah, you did need like a multi-tap to actually play the battle mode. And also, there's no 4th player, so it's just 3 players for some reason. But yeah, those are the game modes, so I'm only going to be showing normal mode. You have to have a human player to get the full, you know, full experience with these. There's no computer options, unfortunately, so we're just going to show the normal mode, but that is more than fine with me. Hope you guys are ready, because we're going to get started right now. So yeah, the main plot of this game is that the Black Bomberman guy, he framed Bomberman for robbery, apparently, and you know, instead of like explaining that to the cops, Bomberman is just gonna try to escape. You know, you'd think you'd probably want to explain like what's going on, that it wasn't you. You know, at least try to, you know, get some other people investigating this case, as opposed to just letting, you know, yourself get out and hope that everything works out. But that's the way Bomberman works. So he's going to do what he can to clear his name, I guess. But yeah, if you haven't played a Bomberman game, the gameplay is fairly simple. You're Bomberman, you run around like a little maze, you can drop bombs, and you can use the bombs to destroy enemies, you can use them to blow up these walls. Some of these walls have power-ups, so it is definitely worth, you know, blowing them up. And the goal for each level is to defeat all the enemies and then also find the exits, which will be symbolized by a giant gray door that you will not be able to miss once it appears. But obviously we need to work our way through this to find the said gray door. And along the way, as we're going through this, like, it seems like our bombs have very very dinky properties right now, but if you get a power-up like this, which will actually increase the range of your firepower, that will definitely speed things up a lot. You'll be able to cover more ground and potentially blow up more than just one block at a time. And that's kind of how it works for Bomberman in a lot of cases. The whole game is basically building yourself up so you can take care of all the enemies you have to eventually deal with here. Give me just a moment, because I'm trying to pull up a guide that will have like all the information for like all the special abilities and everything, because I do not have that currently in my possession, but that would be good to have just so I know what I'm, you know, looking out for here. And in addition to like the levels, like, you know, kind of changing slightly, some will have like more blocks, others will have slightly different layouts, but you'll also get different enemies for each of the levels as well, so that's one thing you're going to have to deal with. But yeah, that's basically all this is. And like I said before, the original Bomberman on NES, I mean, if you thought this was like very simplistic and, you know, not a lot going on here, you should have seen the original NES Bomberman, because again, like I said, it's literally the same layout for 50, I think, levels, and that's a lot of levels. That's a lot of levels indeed. But, you know, even with, like, that amount of simplicity and genericness, I still really enjoyed the original NES Bomberman. It's kind of one of those games that I really decided to play once due to retro achievements, because retro achievements, you know, you can play a lot of very old games and add like different rewards for them, or obtain different rewards for them. Kind of adds a lot of mileage to very old retro games like this. And, you know, because I'm a big fan of, like, Super Bomberman on the SNES and, you know, some of the Bomberman games on N64, like, that, you know, that really kind of took my eye. And, played through it. Honestly had a lot of fun with it, despite how simple it was. Actually found a way to get all the retro achievements, like, on one run at the time, which was pretty cool. And, you know, chose to look at some other Bomberman games as well. It's eventually how I discovered this game, which I didn't even know was a thing, because I knew there was an original Bomberman game, because obviously, you know, like, you don't just name a game like Super Bomberman and think that, oh, this is the original. No, like, obviously there had to have been another Bomberman game at some point, or at least that's what I expected, and sure enough there was. And yeah, I was surprised to see this game, so I discovered this game through that. Enjoyed playing this one as well, and investigated some other ones as well. I honestly thought this game was on the Game Boy for the longest time, but I think that game was just called Bomberman GB2. And I'll obviously talk more about that when I actually get to that game. But getting back to what we're currently doing, we're on level 3 right now. As you can see, we've already found the door. I haven't found the power-up yet, which is why I'm still looking around. Now, you want to avoid blowing up the door. I don't think it's as dangerous in this game compared to some of the others. But if you blow up the door, you can actually cause enemies to respawn. And they actually, like, put out a lot of different enemies, too. So you have to be very, very careful with that. So that's why I'm trying to avoid blowing that up, as we get another firepower upgrade. In the last level, in level 2, we actually got a bomb capacity upgrade, which basically increases the number of bombs you can have on the field at one time. I really hate these enemies. I'm going to hope that I avoid them. Oh shoot. Yeah, as you can see, they can vanish. Sooner you get rid of those guys, the better. Now, the one thing we want to find in this level is we want to find the remote bomb power-up, which I personally like to call instant win mode, because the remote bombs are really, really good. As you might expect, basically with this power-up you can detonate bombs whenever you want. Perfect for this kind of game when, like, you know, you don't just want to, like, you know, beat enemies very quickly and not have to worry about their movement patterns, but even beyond that, just being able to, like, detonate walls faster too. You can kind of deconstruct the levels a bit faster as well. And trust me, you're gonna want to have this for the ending stretch of the game. You do lose it if you take a death, so keep that in mind. There are other levels where you can get it again, but it's not worth losing at all, because it's just really, really good, and it's so hard to go back to, like, having to wait for your explosions to manually end. So just keep that in mind and be very, very careful with, you know, just, you know, make sure you... Ah, damn it! Oh my god, I was... Ugh. I was so scared of that. I should have just waited. Because, again, I didn't have to detonate the bomb. I just panicked and pressed the button out of habit. Oh, man. So, there I go, setting up how important those bombs are going to be. Just to lose them. But that's okay. We're still very early on. I don't think we're going to have, like, too much issue with, like, this early game. It's mainly the, like, later levels that we want to have those for, so... Let's not panic just yet. It's annoying, for sure. But, you know, there's still hope. There is still very much hope. And that's why I want to get that page open so I can remember where, you know, those are. These ghost enemies are easily, like, the worst. I'm just going to ignore them for a little bit. Which is not smart, because it's kind of good to, like, at least... Oh, there's another one. Okay, got one of them. Let's go back over here. Hey, buddy. Damn it, buddy. You're not my buddy. See, of course I lose. And I think, yeah, we got the power up here already, so we can leave. Okay. But yeah, of course I lose it immediately after I, like, talk about how amazing the power up is. That's just classic. Vintage, you could say, SlimKirby. But it's alright. We'll manage for now. I won't start panicking until we actually get to, like, the last world of the game, and then we lose it. That's when things will be problematic. Also, speaking of, like, you know, other, like, this project in the future, this project and everything, I'm only going to be doing a world per video. Each world has 8 levels in it, so we're about done with this world, actually. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a world per video. This video is not going to be super long. I mean, it's going to have, like, some intro stuff, obviously, which will extend it a little bit, but, yeah, compared to some of the other videos, this one won't be as long, and they will get longer as we go through. The last video by itself, I imagine, could be a beefy part, we'll just say that much. So, yeah, brace yourselves for that, guys. Brace yourselves. So we get rid of these balloon guys. Let's call these guys Baron von Zeppelin, in tribute to the balloon enemies from Yoshi's Island. And just the fact that I love that that's what they're actually called, Baron von Zeppelin. Okay, so this power-up right here, this is not an extra life as you might think it would be. That does give you a chance for some extra lives, though, because if we complete the level now, this will actually earn us the right to enter a bonus stage. And in these bonus stages, you are completely invincible, so you don't have to worry about touching enemies or your bomb blasts. You can just do this and create as much chaos as you need, and crap, I'm gonna miss him. But yeah, the walking Bomberman guy, excuse me, that is your extra life. So you can only get extra lives in these bonus stages, which is actually, you know, kind of different from, come on. It's different from other games. Like, you don't even get, like, extra lives from getting points in this game, which I think is kind of weird. I mean, that's how you normally get extra lives in a lot of these old games. Why change it up? Why change it up? I have no idea. So yeah, extra, like, the points are just completely useless pretty much, which is a shame. They literally do nothing, which is, you know, just kind of, again, a shame, like I said. So yeah, we're gonna continue on. We have some new enemies here. These, I like to call these guys Scarfo, because they kind of remind me of the Scarfy enemies from the Kirby series. The ones that if you try to swallow them, they get like really offended and they try to get in your business. They're a little more aggressive. They'll kind of beeline it towards you if they see you. Sometimes they'll even like kind of go around like in a square if like you're trying to trick them. But while doing that, you can also kind of like, I think I just said, they'll try to trick you, but like you can try to trick them into hitting your own bomb blasts in retaliation, which is kind of neat. Also, much like blowing up the exit, you can also get an enemy to spawn in if you blow up the power-up too. But yeah, there's one power-up in every level. They are preset, I believe. Sometimes they can be different. I think it's just, I don't know if it's like a version difference thing or not, or if it's like you get a power-up that you already have, so they give you something else because you can't, you know, use it. It's not always consistent, but for the most part, like I'm using a game FAQs guide to see what the power-ups are, and it's been right like 90% of the time, if not 95. So, you know, it's pretty accurate, just not 100%. Of course, it's the very last block we blow up. That's okay, because this is the very last video, or very last level of this video. So let's do area 1-8. And hopefully next video we can get our frickin' remote bombs back. That's the dream anyway. Like, that's what I'm going to be hoping for. I'm really nervous about this part of the level. Thank God we got rid of one of the ghosts. I'm really nervous about this other one, though. Okay, well, okay. I got rid of a majority of the bad enemies. I don't know how I didn't get rid of that. Oh, sweet. Okay, we got our remote bombs back. See, I didn't go that long without them. And we killed a lot of enemies, too, so we may actually be close to being done with this level already. We just have to find the exits. And there we go. Okay. So after we beat the first world, we get a little cutscene. Looks like we're going to go into a dark forest next. And as we'll see in just a moment, once we start the level, the layout has changed. So yes, we actually have unique level layouts. Now they're still going to be very basic. It's not like there's any like gimmicks or, you know, specific things you need to know about like all the blocks, but at least it's a fresh coat of paint, and that's what I like to see. So yeah, that's the first video of Bomberman 2. I hope you guys enjoyed. Should be a fun, quick little project. There's 6 worlds in the game, so, you know, about 6 videos, I'd say. So about 3 weekends. Hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys for the next video. Later, folks.